Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the April 9th, 2025 meeting of the Fond du Lac City Council. The first item of business is roll call, which is done electronically, and we are all present, so I will declare a quorum. The next item on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, which is followed by a moment of silent reflection. Please rise. Next on our agenda is public hearings, and we have none, so we will move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda finalizes the proposed actions for the meeting: A, March 26, 2025 minutes, and B, list of claims dated April 2nd, 2025. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Godfrey and second by Mr. Heisler. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. Next on our agenda is audience comments, agenda and non-agenda items. The presiding officer will limit speaking time for non-agenda items to 1 minute and items noticed on the agenda to 5 minutes. Ms. Hefter, do we have anyone wishing to speak? And we do have a couple. So first we have Andrea Weber, who is a proponent of the lot sale at West Industrial Park. I believe you do not wish to speak, but you're here if we have any questions later on in the meeting. Yes, all right, well, thank you. And then we have Rhoda Nelson, who wishes to speak on safeguarding and cybersecurity incident reporting. So if you'd like to step up to the podium in the center there, we've got a microphone so we can hear you, and you will have 1 minute to speak on that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I am Rhoda Nelson. I'm here today to let you know under the Safeguarding and Cybersecurity Incident, Clause C. As the city of Fond du Lac I have a lot of respect for, I just want to let you know that the employees of your county, law officials on 9/11 of 23 represented to the jury on a case that I was found not guilty for using a www.vern.com internet through applications, extensions. They made a USB drive through your city's building. I still have a copy of this, and it was given to me on February 17th of 22 was the first time, and the last time that I received one from them was it was a few months back when I asked for another copy of the records and so on. If there's anything I can do to help to repair your systems, please contact me, or anything I can do, I'd love to help. Or if the city could please look into this cybersecurity incident and safeguarding, so your employees, Barbara and Eric Mullenbach and Shelby, as listed, that I have as printouts
Right.
that are responsible.
Thank you, Ms. Nelson.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, we have no other audience comments. So we will conclude audience comments and move on to our action items. Action item A is a change of agent, Class B intoxicating and Class B fermented malt license. Limited liability company, Winter and Toman Ventures LLC, agent name Ashton Winter, agent address 1135 Spring Lake Drive, Fond du Lac, doing business as Slim and Chubby's or SAC. Address of premise is 109 South Main Street, and our introduction is by our city clerk, Ms. Hefter.
Thank you, President Brault. This is a standard agent change from one member of the LLC to another. Background checks were done on the proposed agent, and city staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Hefter? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Mullen and second by Mr. Godfrey. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. Item B is resolution number 9169, a resolution authorizing waiver of the prohibition against possession of alcoholic beverages on specified public ways for Fondue Fest on September 6, 2025. Again, our introduction is by our city clerk, Ms. Hefter.
Thank you again. Downtown Fond du Lac Partnership is requesting the city to waive possession of alcoholic beverages on public streets for the annual Fondue Fest on September 6, 2025, per the map provided. No glass containers or carry-ins are permitted in the designated area, and city staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Hefter? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Schussler and second by Ms. Leering. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. Item C is resolution number 9170, a resolution making reappointments to the Advisory Park Board, Advisory Parking and Traffic Board, Police and Fire Commission, Board of Appeals, and Downtown Architectural Review Board. And our introduction is by our city manager, Mr. Moore.
Thanks, and good evening, everyone. Good news, anytime you have people who've served a term and they want to serve another term, that means they've gotten experience and it was positive enough they're willing to volunteer again. And in this case, we have 7 citizen volunteers who've said they were willing to serve a second term on all of those organizations that Ms. Brault mentioned. So I recommend approval.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Moore? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Mr. Zimmerman and second by Mr. Heisler. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. Next, we have item D, resolution number 9171, a resolution making an appointment to the Ethics Board. Again, our introduction is by our city manager, Mr. Moore.
Thanks again. This person's a new person to you, Allison Kurtev, has stepped up to volunteer to serve on the Ethics Board, and I recommend approval of her nomination to the Ethics Board.
Thank you. Are there any, Mr. Schussler has a question.
Yeah, I'm fine with this appointment. I just question why we have an ethics board. The state has an ethics commission. I've had to contact them a couple of times to get guidance, and I just don't understand. The idea of having local people questioning the ethics, a lot of times it's going to be people they know. I'd like to see the city get rid of the ethics board.
Thanks for that, Mr. Schussler. That's in our code of ethics, part of the city code, there's been an ethics board as part of that for decades. So we've never considered the elimination of it. And they operate, I'm summarizing, but they operate based on complaints rather than taking an active role in any investigating or any pursuit of anything they might hear. It comes through the city attorney to them. So that's kind of how they, and we've had in the past people who recuse themselves because of the conflicts that you mentioned. So, and that has been a good practice. But thank you for your input, because that'll be something we consider.
Thank you. Ms. Leering.
I agree with Mr. Schussler. I think it's an excellent idea. I've contacted the State Ethics Board myself to get guidance, as Deb Hoffman knows. And I don't know why because there's some things on there that don't really align exactly with what the state has, and I think it just causes confusion. And also, the same thing, if people know each other, which they would, or they'd at least know someone who knows that person in our city, I think it's a really great idea to get rid of the Ethics Board.
Thank you. Is there any other questions from council? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
I move approval.
Motion by Mr. Heisler and second by Mr. Godfrey. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. Next, we have item E, resolution number 9172, a resolution authorizing sale of land in the West Industrial Park. And our introduction is by our Community Development Director, Ms. Benson.
Thank you, Ms. Brault. As you hopefully know, the city has 3 industrial parks: the West Industrial Park, the Southwest Industrial Park, and Fox Ridge Industrial Park. And the city invested in these industrial parks to help facilitate industrial growth, manufacturing expansion. And TDI Machining, LLC, has been a resident of our West Industrial Park, and they're interested in expanding to create an additional lot for their machine shop. They submitted an offer for Lot 5, which is nicely located on the corner of Scott Street and Industrial Parkway. And the asking price is generally $26,000 per acre. This is a 2-acre lot. The offer was for $45,000. If it was a full asking price, it would be $52,000. But the city does give consideration to the size of the lot, some of the impediments that would limit the ability or the area for development. And so city staff does feel that the $45,000 asking price is a fair price. The lot has been kind of without interest for a number of years. And so considering that TDI has been a local company for us, we would love to see their expansion and recommend support for the offer to sale.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Benson? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Mullen and second by Mr. Heisler. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. Thank you. Next, we have item F, ordinance number 3810, an ordinance amending Chapter 643 of the Code of the City of Fond du Lac regarding financial options available under the city's lead service line replacement program. And our introduction is by our Director of Administration, Ms. Davey.
Thank you. So this was before you at the last meeting for an input item where I went over our need to add some language to our ordinance for lead services in order for us to take advantage of some safe drinking water loan funds so that we can assist property owners with the financial aspect of that. So this action item tonight is just to put that language into our ordinance and make it official. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Davey? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Godfrey. And second by Mr. Zimmerman. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. And with that, that ends our action items, and we do not have any input items on the agenda, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Second. Motion by Mr. Zimmerman, second by Mr. Heisler. This is not debatable. Please proceed to vote. And that passes unanimously. We are adjourned.